可能是好跟坏，或者是贫穷或富有等等呢，依据我们所看到的外在呢来做判断，然后我们就执着于我们所做的判断里面。那当我们对我们所判断的这些意念呢升起执着的时候呢，很自然的呢，我们的情绪呢就随之产生，我们就不断的又执着在这个情绪之流里面，因而就升起了希望或恐惧的这样子的状况。那当我们对于我们所得，然后同样的，我们就持续的受到这样的情绪的影响呢，不管是对我们的得与失，或者是好跟坏呢，又升起了希望与恐惧的这样子的念头，所以就不停的这样子的轮转。那最重要的是呢，其实呢，我们要了解这些呢都是没有必要的困扰，没有必要产生的。那不管说我们是看到的是人类的，或者是说看到其他的动物等等，我们呢事实上一定要知道，那这些所有的这些人类或者是这些动物呢，我们要升起同理心，因为它跟我们一样，都是希望能够离苦得乐。不管是男女老少，不管是人类或者是动物，乃至于呢有形无形的动生都一样的。那同样的呢，当我们看到人家要杀我们或打我们的时候呢，我们会拔腿就跑。那这些动物呢也是一样的，或者是呢我们在这个病痛当中的时候呢，我们都希望说，这些苦痛呢能够少一点。其实所有的众生跟所有的人类也跟我们是一样的。如果呢我们能够呢，当我们看待所有的事情，包含说，如果我们每天去查看网络的时候，你可以看到这个网络上面很多的消息，同一天当中有很多人都被杀，或者很多动物呢也受到伤害等等的。可是它跟我们一样，都希望能够离苦得乐，它都跟我们一样呢，不希望受伤，不希望呢在这样子被伤害的噩梦当中呢，一直不断的去受到这样伤害。所以很自然的呢，我们就要想到说，我们希望的快乐呢，它跟我们一样，也希望获得的这样的快乐。我们不希望受到的痛苦呢，它也跟我们一样呢，不希望受到这样的痛苦。第一个要素呢，就是我们不要升起伤害他人之心，不要升起伤害其他众生之心。那同时呢，我们要了解，以同理心的了解所有众生所需要的，跟我所需要的是一样。所有众生所要避免的，也跟我所想要避免的呢，都是一样。如果呢，我们能够升起这样子的同理之心的话呢，了解他们所希望跟他们所不愿意的，很自然的呢，我们就能够呢进一步的了解到说，我们所要做的事情，我们要知道说我们所该避免的事情，同时呢，也要去关怀他们。由于呢，很多的众生呢，他不了解事情的因缘的前后果报的这样子的原理，也因此呢，他们不断的做出伤害自己跟伤害别人的事情，可是自己又不断的呢，又受到这样的因缘的果报，又继续在造业当中，又获得造业的结果的苦难。这是我们必须要去了解跟帮助他们的。
It is because of the lack of compassion or lack of understanding, lack of understanding that all the beings are similar to us in their desire is the reason why we find so difficult to relate to others, why we have so many problems in the society. For right now, when we see something very positive, let's say a very beautiful person or a very powerful person, first thing we see, is that the power or the beauty or the wealth or something like that. We forget that that person is also similar to us in desire for happiness, wish to avoid suffering. So if there's someone who's appearing powerful or wealthy, we feel sort of fear of approaching. We feel fear because we are looking at his or her external faith. And we have a fear that if we approach, they might not be, they might not be nice to us, or we have expectation, and when expectation doesn't get fulfilled, then of course we have a disappointment comes, and when that's the reason we cannot when we see somebody like something we don't like or some person we don't like, we sort of hate them with anger. Because again, we can't, and we see something ugly, we feel aversion to it. When we see something beautiful, we feel attachment, hope, fear, and all this. It's because of that. Actually, there's nothing to no matter what is the appearance of there's all the human beings are same. It's only our outer image that divides. I am a Chinese. From when I was a young, I can never differentiate between the Malaysian, Chinese, and even now I can't differentiate from the feature. But of course, from the mentally, then of course we differentiate a lot. We say I'm from, I'm a Malaysian Chinese, I'm Hong Kong Chinese, and Taiwanese Chinese. Taiwanese Chinese say Hong Kong Chinese, or maybe not so good. Maybe they say, oh no, which is better, You say like that. And then in the Hong Kong, within Taiwan, again I'm sure there are many divisions. The Taipei people are very busy. Or some other city they are very relaxed and very nice. We divide, make it smaller. Then within the Taipei also we say, oh, they are, this street is not good. And within our own family, we say, oh, my family, very good. And within our own family also we say the closer family. Then we bring to slowly we bring it down. Lastly, you will only say that I am the best. Yeah, it will come down to that. These are all because lack of understanding of the same the same desire that we have for happiness, suffering, and too much too much sort of attention on the external things. There's the reason why there are so many divisions. Why we don't feel compassion for others. And when others are harmful to us, why we cannot forgive them, why we can't understand, their harmful attitude towards us. It's because we don't even forget about the compassion, we don't even understand the sameness, that in us as a being, sentient being, we're having same desires, same wish. So when you first develop that, think a lot about how I will feel, if somebody does like that to me. How will I feel if I am an animal being tortured? How will I feel if somebody says the hurtful things I say to others, if they say to me, how will I feel? Have that kind of, when you develop that to a certain level, there will come a time, when you will say, okay, I may not be able to benefit other beings, but I'll never hurt them, because I know how much it hurts me. That's the time, then your compassion is starting to develop. Then you can talk about that. Then you understand the suffering of the sentient beings. When you understand the suffering, from your mind, that is called the compassion. You understand, how it feels, how the pain feels, for others. That's the time you understand, compassion. Then let's talk about, love. I will benefit them. Yes. I will benefit, temporarily I will help them with whatever material certain things. Ultimately I will give them enlightenment. Yeah, we can talk the big things, the big talks. But first, let's begin with understanding each other, understanding the same desire that we all have. And we should have an understanding heart, forgiving heart. It is lack of understanding is why we cannot forgive others. Lack of compassion that we cannot, we feel so angry. It is the lack of compassion. We feel that I want the best, I want the best house, the best food, all the money in the world. I want, like $1 million. For you, maybe, 100 is enough. Why? Why are we so special? And in that following their course, do we feel happy? Do you really, no, you will end up, hurting so many people, destroying your relationship with people, destroying your society, that, even if you get, what you wanted, you will be so lonely, so sad, what can you do with the, the cash flow of money? They can't talk to you, can't give you, anything, Human happiness comes from others, By giving happiness to others, they give happiness to you, You like them, they like you, You feel you are nice to them, they appreciate you, In the family, for example, how can you be happy when all your family are suffering? Only you can be happy. It's not possible, We have to have consideration for others. So that's why, this is, why Buddha said, that in a